Hi, I'm Johnny from UltimatePaperMache.com, and if you've been following along, you know that I've been working on a ballerina bunny, taken very loosely the idea from a mixed media sculpture by Degas, very loosely. Today I thought we were going to get a whole lot farther along, but I had so much trouble getting the eyes on and ended up doing all sorts of things to this little bunny before I decided that I was finished. So I don't think I'm going to go ahead and put any of the paper mache clay on the bunny today. This was enough. I started out making some eyebrows with some aluminum foil and putting them around the wooden buttons that I bought the other day at the hardware store. I tried putting the buttons on the rabbit with the hot glue gun, and that didn't seem to work very well because I kept having to move them around. In the end, I ended up taking the bunny over to the computer, sitting in front of a photograph of a bunny, and I worked on it for about half an hour. At least trying to get them on there, and then it turned out that I liked one of the eyes better than the other one, so I used a mirror to try to make them both similar. It turned out that part of the problem was that the ears were in the wrong place. I had put them very low on the bunny's head in order to try to simulate the bow that was on the back of the Degas ballerina. And because they were not in the anatomically correct place, the eyes didn't look right, so I ripped the ears off. Then I decided, okay, well, let's see, maybe the ears would look better if I made loppy ears on the rabbit. That seems like a good idea. It was what I had first intended to do anyway. So I tried that in using some very light cardboard from a brochure that I got at the hardware store on the paint department. I didn't like that. They didn't fold easily enough. They didn't seem to be flowing nicely. So I ripped those off and I put some on made with the joint compound mesh that I've been using for other parts of the sculpture. Tried those on the bunny. Didn't like them. Ripped them off. Put the old ears back on. Then I decided that, well, it just isn't working. It still isn't working. I made a few changes to the shoulders and to her tummy. It still didn't help. I got out the saw, and then just before I started in ripping her head off, I decided to see if it would actually help to make her neck shorter. I thought it would, but I wasn't sure, so I took a photograph, put it on my computer, and used the photo editing program to move her head first, just to see if I liked it better, and I did. Once I had her head off, I sawed it off. I went ahead and did some corrections on the head. Once I had it off, it made it a little bit easier. I had somehow or another the cheeks had gotten too wide, and the lower lip that I put on before had made her the front of her face the wrong shape, so I took those off. Stuck the head back on, trying very hard to get it back in that kind of snooty position that it was in before. And then one last thing, took the ears off again, put them back on. This was a 2 or 3 hour project, getting the eyes on in the place where I wanted them, getting the head back where I liked it. I hope that it's an improvement. Who knows? It's too late now. I'm done. The next thing I'm going to be doing is putting some of the shop towel and fast setting paper mache paste on the ears and on the front of her little tunic, I guess we'll call it, I don't know, t-shirt, something or other, just to make a nice dividing line. And then I'll let that dry and then put in the paper mache clay on the rest of her. I'll do that in the next video. And I promise that when I go ahead and write my book, my next book, showing you how I make my soft sculpture bunny dolls with paper mache heads, I will be more organized. And I won't make quite as much of a mess, at least in print. So there you have it. Sometimes I make mistakes and sometimes I change my mind, and that's just how it works, okay? So have fun with yours. I will see you next time. Come visit us, ultimatepapermache.com.